The cases of teenage pregnancy are still there. The cases of HIV and AIDS are still rising, and it's in a particular demographic, the youth mostly.
I'm even shy of talking about it because even if you talk about it, people will come for you. People still like, if you're talking about sex, you're a prostitute, but it is something like that people are doing daily.
Women are the ones who are more affected with STIs than men. The statistics in Kenya is for every one man who has an STI, especially the youth, there's 2 women or 2 girls.
People are advocating for abortion, but I feel like there need to be education about it, especially for teenagers. People now are abusing it. It was here for helping us, but I feel like where we are going, people are abusing it. Because like, I like to deal with girls from the ghetto.
Okay.
Can I tell you that at least you can find at least 2 girls in a week have died as a result of abortion. People not talking about boys and being sexually harassed.
Assaulted.
And many are being sexually house helps, relatives, because hizi ni vitu zenye people are only educated. We are only empowering girls.
Hi guys, welcome back to A Dose of Health, the podcast where I give you not too much, not too little, but just enough information to make you make an informed decision around your health. My name is Dr. Hope Simiu, and this is A Dose of Health, the podcast. So guys, before I even start, please like, subscribe, share. Okay, now we can move on. So I have a guest today who I met this year through a very interesting project that we're doing together, and I'll just allow her to introduce herself. So over to you.
Hello everyone, A Dose of Health
Hey.
people. My ID names, I'm called Valerie Juma, but I go by the name Valerie the Storyteller. From the storyteller part, you can see I'm a storyteller. I'm a sexual and reproductive health and rights advocate, and I'm a lady. When it comes to women issues, just call me. I just do my fair. I'll come by myself. I'm really passionate about women and their issues, health, struggles, men, everything. Women, call me. I will answer.
Thank you, Val, for being here and honoring the invite.
Thank you.
So we worked on a project together.
Yeah.
That's what she said, the podcast. And Val is such a funny person. I think I loved the entire episode. So I was hosting the episode and she was one of my co-hosts. And we just had a ball. And I decided it would be very nice to have an episode focused on sexual health. I forgot to mention she's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
And we want to explore the differences between millennials, Gen Zs, and just what our background on sex ed is, and just how we view sex education and sexual health literacy in general. So now I was talking to Val, I was telling her like the process of the breakdown of how the episode goes, and she's just like, me, I've watched.
I'm a veteran here. I'm a veteran. I know what goes on.
So we're going to do a journey to Inside Out.
Okay.
So how are you feeling right now, emotionally?
I don't know if it's emotionally, but I'll say currently I'm learning. I'm teaching myself on how I'm reacting to things. You know, sometimes let me say in what ways. For example, like when you achieve a milestone, people expect you to be humble. Oh God, nini. But in real sense, behind the scene, you've worked so hard. You're just happy. You need to tell, I did it. I've done this and this and this. But they expect you to, cheza chini. Because when you are overboard, ati wila anajichocha nini. I'm feeling like mimi when I achieve even something small. You people, you won't rest. And also, I'm also teaching myself on how to react to people. I've seen that people are pretending to be. Hey, let me not be stupid. People know what they are doing to people, and they are pretending as if they don't know what they are doing to people. Someone is poking you, then they expect you, let me just leave it to God. Me, what I can do, I will do. What I can't, I'll leave the rest to God. So I'm teaching myself for now. I'm reacting to those 2 things, my happiness and people that are playing with me, my mental. I won't allow someone to play with my mental, emotional. No, I'm dealing with you. We are finishing it there. I'm burning bridges as I'm going. Don't burn bridges. You're afraid of what? I'm burning and I'm leaving.
And you're
God will
leaving.
provide another bridge. Uko mbele.
To hear,
Yeah.
don't provoke me to anger.
Don't provoke me. I used to, and I feel like it was damaging me more than it was damaging them, because I'm just here sitting with anger of something that I would have told you, and I go. So I'm teaching myself, you say, I say back. When you go low, I go lower.
What?
Then we are done. So those are the two things that I'm nini. And currently people can give you feedback. I've really, some people have dealt with
Gen Z, mutatuonyesha mambo. But that's nice.
But you should also try it.
I am, to some extent. Sijafika hapo bado, but I am. What I can say I'm doing is I'm voicing out when I don't feel comfortable, or when I feel like, you're now stepping on me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even your success.
Oh, that one. I struggle. I can't lie. I struggle.
Don't imagine, the hard work that you're putting in, the sleepless nights, finances, everything.
Yeah.
And then people expect you that when you've stepped a milestone at you, just, oh my God, it was no, be happy. Let everyone know, because when you're struggling, you're just there by yourself. So show people the other side also.
Yeah. And also you can motivate someone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. For me, emotionally, I'm excited. I think your stories, like every time I think about Val is coming, I just remember the stories we had. And I'm excited to have you and to have this conversation.
I'm also excited to be here.
Yeah, because I know you're not scared to talk.
I'm a Gen Z.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Now, medical jargon. What's one thing you'd like me to debunk, or if you want to debunk it yourself?
Now ChatGPT
it's doing the work.
Yeah, when you think about something, you go but I'll if I have any,
you'll think of it. Sawa. Let's just jump into the topic. Okay. Now for me, why I thought about this topic is because over the past couple of years, we've been seeing the cases of sexually transmitted infections are rising. The cases of teenage pregnancy are still there. The cases of HIV and AIDS are still rising, and it's in a particular demographic, the youth mostly. Not to say that older generations don't have these cases, but it's so prevalent in the youth. And I wanted to find out, what are we doing differently, and what are you guys doing differently, and how do we educate the people of how to take care of themselves?
Very nice.
So let me start off. What is your understanding of sexual education, sex ed?
We learn daily. When it comes to sex and education, we learn daily. What was relevant like 5 years ago, if you take it now, it's kind of, so with sex, people should learn to talk about it. I feel like the problem is like people don't like to talk about it. You're doing sex.
Why are you being shy?
I'm even shy of talking about it, because even if you talk about it, people will come for you. People still like, if you're talking about sex, you're a prostitute, but it is something like that people are doing daily. People are, like you've said, sexually transmitted diseases. You know very well that you don't know this person health-wise. Maybe your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You're afraid of saying, oh, me, because I don't know you, let's go for checkup. You're afraid.
And we've had stories in Nairobi.
Very many. You're afraid of looking out for yourself. People, when you go to buy a condom up to today,
you're doing it, you're just there like,
kwanza you go far where they don't know you. You go far and you say,
you're whispering.
Exactly. And it is not something to be ashamed about. Because when you go to that process, you will enjoy. So why are you afraid of buying the raw materials for the
protect you?
Exactly. So I feel like when it comes to sex education, I feel like the more every day we learn something new, and I feel like people, we should start normalizing talking about it, because should start talking about it's happening. Even as we speak, someone is doing sex.
Girl, hey, this early in the morning. Wow.
Mapema best.
Mapema your best. Now you've mentioned something that every day you're learning. And where are people, the younger people, getting their information from today?
Social media, and majority of the information are lies. A lot of lies.
Yeah.
Because even me, don't know about you, but
Mhm.
me, when I was growing up,
Yeah.
my mom told me sex is bad. Hii kitu yako ni ya kususu peke yake. She didn't tell me anything
Anything
further.
else,
In
yeah.
school, when you're because me, I'm a curious person. When you start talking, like you're asking, in life skill lesson
Yeah.
mostly is when we are taught about these ones, and the wanaguzia juju, they are telling you stay away from men if you're a girl because you'll get pregnant. That is the only information that I know majority of us were given.
Yeah.
But they don't talk about consent, things like that. If
Yeah.
someone has done this and this and this to
What
you,
do you do?
even
Yeah.
someone touching you without your consent, that is bad. They don't talk about sexually transmitted diseases.
Infections,
Yeah.
yes.
You just go to that science book, you see gonorrhea, syphilis. You're learning this one as a topic,
Yeah.
not as something that you'll encounter later in future.
Yeah.
You see,
Actually, yeah.
information is being taken. Me, I've learned about sex education on my own. That is why I'm so passionate in advocating for it, so that people can learn. We need people that are talking about it, but in a way that is the reality, not easy
Yeah.
propaganda zenye zinapitishwa tu ku social.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so social media is where you're getting
Yeah, a lot of
most
people
of your information.
because I can't talk to my mom and I tell my mom, today I want to go and have sex with my boyfriend, so what should I do? Mi
Yeah.
nitafukuzwa.
You know,
Because
it's true, because even for me, like I was in a Catholic school, so it's the same.
even me, I was in a Catholic school.
There's no sex
Stay away from
education.
boys.
Yeah,
Nini.
because you'll fall pregnant.
Maybe up to now, my mom thinks I'm a virgin. Why?
She'll watch the podcast and be like, my daughter.
What happened?
But yeah, it's true. It's good to normalize these conversations because there are very many elements to it. Of course, there's one, protecting yourself, because diseases they're there and they're rampant. First of all, what are the diseases, the STIs and STDs that you know? Let's count.
Gonorrhea, syphilis. HIV is also part of it.
HIV is one of them.
The weird one that it trend, the Jakadala one. Which one is that?
The Jakadala one.
You as a doctor,
you're putting me on the spot. Which one is that?
Even I was in primary or high school. There was a disease that the vagina was removing things like maggots. Don't know if you heard
that's
about it.
That's an infection.
It's not an innate.
No, that's an infection.
Yeah, that one, when our teachers were working on it, they were saying, if you do sex, Jakadala for you. If you do sex, Jakadala for you.
Maybe I'll go and like research a bit more about it. But
yeah. That one, yeah. Gonorrhea, syphilis,
HIV you've mentioned.
HIV. Do I know any other ones? There are other ones, but I don't know. But the herpes. We
have trichomoniasis.
What?
We have hepatitis B. Hepatitis B, yeah. And actually, there's a lot of rising cases of hepatitis because it's not only sexually transmitted, also through body fluids. Yeah, so now that's an extra layer. So hepatitis is something that people are not very keen about, but it's one that we need to become more and more keen. So now you've talked about where we learn about sex ed, or where we don't, but should be learning about sex ed. For yourself, what are things that you're seeing that are myths, or hearing outside there that are myths in relation to sexual health? Let me start. I can give you one. For us, we used to be told that you can, okay, we not used to be told, but I used to hear you can't get pregnant on the first time. Which, please, you can be the lucky one. Yeah. And then another thing was, this is still sex ed, but if you're going to be on family planning, you'll be the assumption is you're going to become more promiscuous. What's another myth? If it's your first time, you can't get an STI. There was a lot of elements attributed to the first time. Yeah. What about for you guys? What are the myths that you're hearing today on the internet? About
sex?
Yeah.
I'll get in trouble.
Just say.
Kwanza, people, me, I've seen, I know majority of people don't even like sex, don't enjoy sex, like pleasurable sex, because people are telling me, even when I did sex for the first time, I knew I was going to enjoy it, and that thing was painful. So people are first about contraceptives.
Yes.
About contraceptive, there are a lot of myths about contraceptive. Like if you're you don't have kids, and you're on contraceptives, you'll be barren. Up to now, people, that is
Infertility.
yeah, you'll be infertile. So you find a lot of youths or just people, especially from the ghetto, they're not practicing family planning because they're afraid in future when they want to have kids, they won't have kids, they'll be infertile. So what does that lead? Teenage pregnancies.
Yeah.
Having a lot of children without even the
Planning.
finances.
Yeah.
Because now you just do sex. And withdrawal is not for the weak.
We had a gynecologist who came and said, by the way, withdrawal is a no. It has the highest failure rate. Yeah, he said 1 out of 3 people who have participated in withdrawal end up pregnant.
I love withdrawal because a contraceptive has a lot of side effects.
Okay.
So when we go, I just prepare you psychologically. Are you a legend? If you're not a legend, you're becoming parents. So it's up to you. You'll decide that.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Between pregnancy and getting a sexually transmitted infection, which one scares you more?
My pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Yeah, because a child is a lifetime commitment. And majority of my age mates will say pregnancy.
The same thing, yeah.
But STDs you can treat them nini, but mtoto atakuangalia hapo, school fees utalipa, you'll do everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like as we normalize at pregnancy is better than nini, that is what people are using to go and do sex recklessly. And majority of people are contacting STIs. Yes. And imagine someone who is afraid to go and say niuzie condom. Yeah. How will they go to the hospital to say, I'm sick down there?
Yeah, so or even just go and ask for another option of family planning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is how people are dying. You're staying with your disease there, you're smelling because you feel so embarrassed. How will I go and tell the doctor that I did this and this and this?
It's still taboo. Now, the difference between now millennials and Gen Z is that element, pregnancy versus STIs. Let me tell you, for us growing up, every day without fail, and the production crew can actually deny or agree with me, every day without fail, there was an ad on TV about HIV and AIDS. And back in the day, it used to be the slimming disease. And there was a lot of negative aspects that they would showcase to us. So if you ask a millennial between pregnancy and an STI, what are they most scared of? An STI.
STI.
Yeah. An STI.
We are so different.
Yeah.
You like responsibilities.
No, you see, the thing is, I don't know, like somehow you wouldn't be I know you still wouldn't be the first person to get like an STI, but you still will not be the first person to get a child. Yeah. And you can find a way to raise that child. When it comes to disease, not that living with an STI is a bad thing, but I feel like if you can prevent it, why not?
It's better.
The same for pregnancy, but between the two, I fear an STI, and not fear in the sense of stigma. It's just that I'm a doctor. So if I can prevent disease, I'm not going out to look for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm there for the baby.
You're there?
Yeah, I mean, no. HIV, the meds are even free.
Yeah. That's true. The meds are free. Yeah.
And STIs, you can 2-3 months and you get better. But what about mommy school fees, mommy books, mommy? That one is a lot of there's money, energy, everything there.
And this is why Val was the best person for this episode. So I have a question for you, just on generational differences as well. So for us, sex, okay, you've mentioned sex wasn't even anything you could talk to your parents about or your teachers. Is it something you're talking to your friends about?
Daily.
Okay.
Even now we are talking about sex.
Yeah.
Me, I talk about sex everywhere. Yeah. I talk about sex everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, sex is part of me. Some of my friends know me. Even when I put status, it's about sex. I chose to be a sexual and reproductive health and rights advocate because majority of us don't want to talk about it, but I feel like it's high time people to talk about it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of negativity there. A lot. You'll be called, especially the name that have been called mostly, it's Malaya, Vitukaizo, because people, if you talk about sex, definitely you're doing it daily. And as for me, I've been
Daily, wow.
celibate. I've been celibate. See, I told you guys I've
Yeah,
been
you
celibate
did.
for so many years, like
Yeah.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go there, and obviously, you can't say, oh, someone this as me. When I even tell my stories, I say them as my own. So me, I'm experiencing this and this, because it is easy for someone to relate when I've said nini, and people will come and confess about the experiences,
Yeah.
nini. And I've talked about issues, even about contraceptives and whatnots, vitu kaa hizo. I feel like sex is me. I will talk about sex until I die.
I love it.
What was the question? I didn't answer the question. What was the
You answered the question. I asked you if you talk about sex with your friends.
Yeah, I talk about sex every time. Even with my sisters, even with my mom.
Are you just girls?
Yeah, we are 3 girls and 1 boy. But with my brother, he doesn't even have time to. You sex, he goes. You start sexing, he goes.
What does that mean, Val?
Do you have brothers?
I have a brother.
You have a brother?
Yes.
How is your relationship with your brother?
It's good, but we've never talked about sex.
Yeah.
Like very rare.
That is what I'm talking about. Like sometimes you need an opinion about something from a man's perspective.
Yes.
So naambia bro, even no. No, leave me out of your stupid things.
What about your male friends?
My male friends are actually flexible
open
about it.
Okay.
Because they feel like, and actually men open more with women that are their friends.
Oh.
Me, I have a male friend that tells me everything, even the procedures, some things that he's not even supposed to tell me about the girlfriend. But I feel like it's helping. At least maybe if he tells me this and I hear nini 1 and 2, we can
help somewhere. Okay. Now for us, generational difference again. We were not talking about sex with our friends, let alone your siblings. Another generational difference, but of course now it's becoming a bit more acceptable. I wouldn't say it's 100% acceptable, because it's still
there's
taboo.
some stigma.
So I can say there's progress there. So tell me about your experience trying to protect yourself, like looking now for family planning methods. How has that been for you? Because we know that we are living, Kenya is a Christian country, and a lot of some of these decisions, religious bodies come into play, and they have a very big part on some of the policies that are, put out there. One of them is family planning. We know that the Catholic Church is not for certain types of family planning. Protestant churches have their own stand. The government has their own stand. And this affects especially the youth in how they can seek protection. Because we're here telling you guys, okay, fine, guys, imagine contraception is good for you. But then now you go to the hospital or the clinic, it's either you're denied or they're looking at you a certain type of way. So how has that experience been for you?
So first, when my mom used to work with Red Cross. So sometimes she came home with condoms for male and female. For male, it's obvious, nani ajue kuvalisha mwanaume nini. But for female, she also taught me.
Oh, that's nice.
And I feel like at least she played a role there.
Yeah.
So me, when I was having my first sex, so I told you it was very painful.
Yes.
And I'm afraid of, I love kids, but I'm also advocating for having kids when you're financially, when you're just ready financially, mentally, everything, when you're ready. So me was afraid. I've done it, and this person has not withdrawn. That is when I looked for my first P2, and I didn't tell anyone. I was so scared. Alafu in my head I was wondering, hey, now I'm infertile. Oh, sijui nini. Because that was what we are told. If you take P2s and those contraceptives, it will interfere with your fertility. And then I didn't want to. That was the first time that I used it. Then the second time I went for that, because even there's also another one for this long-term contraceptives. People say that it makes people infertile.
Is it the injection? Which one is it? Which one are you talking about?
The long terms, the 3 years, 5 years.
The depot.
And I feel like, talk about contraceptive as a whole.
Not the depot, the implant.
Yeah, those ones for longer years. Contraceptive is a really nice topic that people should... I think someone should talk about it. Aelezewa tu vizuri, so that people should stop being afraid of whatever is there. So me niliendea the the smaller one, the 3 months one.
Now that's depo, the
Yeah,
injection.
yeah.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I hate it. I was
Okay.
bleeding like nimeiweka sababu I want to do sex and I'm bleeding. You've planned with your boyfriend, unafika kwa kitanda, unapata spot. So what is the need of this one?
Yeah.
And I feel like it really
It affected you.
yeah, I didn't like it.
Question. When you were there during the, let me call it a consultation, what was the process? Did they explain to you that these are the options available, these are the side effects?
No.
So you were just in and out?
Yeah. Unataka nini msichana? Family planning gani? Sawa. Ni how much? Enda home.
Okay.
That is how they do it. They don't even age-wise, they don't, why are you doing it? Like, do you have a boyfriend? How, like, I feel like things like these ones are the questions that those health practitioners are supposed to ask, because me I just went kaniuliza ni gani nataka, hata ajui side effects kama itanini, they didn't even tell me. So me, even when I'm sporting, in my head I'm thinking a lot of things. Me, I was told these things make people infertile. Am I starting to be infertile? Yeah, I have a lot of questions. So I stopped using it because I also lost weight when I was in it. And I started the master of all, withdrawal.
Okay. Okay.
I love it.
So you stopped the family planning and then now you continue with withdrawal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was so curious and about that whole thing. At that time, I was not SRHR. I was so, yani nilikuwa tu nataka nijue more about this thing.
Yeah.
I started doing the research on my own, nini. Ndo nikaona, you have to talk to a doctor, akueleze. Maybe one is reacting with you, the other one will be better for you, nini.
Yeah. And funny you say that, because we had an episode on family planning. So I had a gynecologist here and we answered some questions. Because also talked about family planning. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
And people had so many questions. And one of the things was, one of the myths that we had is infertility, that family planning causes infertility. So at least we got to debunk a few of those points. So look out for that episode.
I will go and look. In fact, up to as we are talking, someone is still thinking that contraceptive causes infertility.
That's true.
Up to now, even you are learning, but yani the pressure that was put into your head when you're young, inakataa kutoka.
That's true. And I have a question for you. Do you think that oral sex is one of the ways you can get an STI? Or can you get an STI from oral sex?
I doubt. See, STI, you must, it is sex from inside.
From where?
From inside. So oral, this is your mouth, you'll brush it.
Okay, fine. Let's debunk that.
I saw, by the way, I don't know if it is a meme. Someone was going to a pharmacy, a man, and is telling that person, nataka uniuzie kondom ya mdomo.
Wow. Anyway, there's a reason to say that, because yes, you can get STIs from oral sex. Yes. Yes. Now when you go back to where people are getting information from, that's why we say credible sources of information are very important.
Ow.
Yeah, you can.
How?
See, the genitalia that is carrying the infection can spread that infection to the mouth. It's not for all conditions, it's for a few. Herpes is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we talk about sex, it's not just about genitalia to genitalia. Even genitalia to mouth, genitalia to anus. You can get anal warts. Yeah.
And by the way, when you're talking about that one, I'm sorry for the gay people, but there's this like information that when it comes to STIs, the gay people are the ones that are being affected the most. Is it true?
It's not, I wouldn't say it's true today. That was, especially back in the day, HIV had some attributions to MSM, so men who have sex with men, just because it was seen more commonly in them at a particular point in time. But now, in fact, women are the ones who are more affected with STIs than men. The statistics in Kenya is for every one man who has an STI, especially the youth, there's 2 women or 2 girls.
Because women, it is where everything is being deposited.
And that's why we need to keep talking about women's sexual and
Very
reproductive
true.
health. Yeah, because not you guys, but we all need to understand the risks that are there
Mm-hmm.
and how at risk are we, not only as women, as men, as individuals.
And okay, there's this when you're doing sex with a condom and raw, some people prefer raw more because they say it's enjoyable. Is there any difference?
That's subjective.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
How you
for you it could be, for me it could not be. It's like an individual perspective.
how you've prepared your mind already?
No, you see, that's another thing for women. For men, sex is more physical. This is what from studies have shown. Please don't come for me. Studies have shown that for men, sex is more physical. For women, it's more mental. So for you to actually enjoy or have a good time, you need to be ready mentally.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm saying it's very subjective. Yeah, and it's more for the man. Like that connotation that raw sex is more enjoyable is more from the man's perspective. Let me ask you another question. Okay. This is I think we've answered all of them. Wait. We'll cut this part. I'm just looking. You've talked about so many things. After my mind has just gone. Okay. So we continue. Now I have a question. So you've been learning about sex.
Yeah.
So what are things you're learning and what are things you're unlearning about sex or sexual reproductive health?
First, I've learned that penetration is not the only enjoyable part of sex.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is very true.
Do you want to elaborate?
It is very true. I feel like people, when they see sex, they're only seeing about penetration. You have other ways that you can enjoy sex without you penetrating. Yeah.
Okay.
Oral, whatever, nini. In fact, I feel like, and it is very true, I've done a lot of research. A lot of women actually don't enjoy sex from their partners.
That's true.
And their partners don't know.
According to statistics.
And it is very true, and I'm part of that statistic because I was with someone that didn't that's it. And I didn't talk about it, and I feel like, okay, why are people not talking about it? Imagine this is your partner, and you're not even airing out how you feel about it. But I've come to learn that sex penetration is not the only enjoyable part of sex. And I'm unlearning that
There's something I'm learning.
okay, well, yeah, they instilled fear in us. Even unlearning about it, you need a lot of time. They instilled, but I want to like for my fellow youths to talk about to engage a lot in contraceptives, talk about sex, things like this. So these are the things that we are supposed to be talking about. And you talk about sex too. Just talk about sex when
normalize it.
Yeah, normalize it. You talk about it's not something big because we are doing it. If you are doing it, we are supposed to talk about it. The more we talk about it, the more we'll solve these small issues. Tutakuwa sasa tuna deal na things that are beyond us, but there are small ones that we can nini. And I'm also unlearning that contraceptive is 100% effective. It's a lie. That one is a lie. Even I nilianza kuangalia forms of contraceptives and their efficiency. None is 100%. None. Even condom, because I saw even condom, there's a gynecologist that was saying it is risky.
They can break.
Not even the breaking part, the lubrication, that thing. And a lot of, especially in campus, even the male friend that I have, area kose mafuta kujipaka, but akona lubrication kwa
Okay. So priorities.
Yeah.
Okay.
What makes you happy? That one. And you know, that gynecologist was saying that thing, when you continue like for the condom part, leave alone the lubrication. For the condom part, when you continue using it, hiyo nini lubrication inaenda ikideposit in a certain nini, and after some time inakuja inaku affect. I don't know how medically, maybe you can research about it.
Yeah, probably
but
research.
that one is very dangerous. So people should start foreplaying, because men are afraid of doing foreplay. That is why they are coming with their lubrication. And you as a lady, why are you just allowing someone to apply things for you? You've not even enjoyed it.
That's if you want. And this is where we get to consent. What exactly is consent?
Exactly. Consent, I
Yeah.
feel like even with your boyfriend, you're supposed to talk up, because honestly, hope you're a lady also. And you know, if you're being honest, men don't actually last long when they start the penetration, whatever. So if this is the only part that you'll enjoy 2 minutes, because amekuja na lubrication yake amepaka kule, 1 2 1 2 1 2, he's done. So you have not even enjoyed sex.
Yeah.
And you're not talking about it. You're not even telling a boyfriend, you know, babe, this yeah. People should learn to talk about it. And I feel like, and also when it comes to men, hakuna mtu anawaekelea mimba sahi. These things are not 100% effective, because you might be with your girlfriend anakwambia she's under contraceptive, so you are sure she's sorted. So mi nitafanya venye nataka. Unaenda and then they come back and tell you I'm pregnant. So you are wondering, you are under contraceptive, then why are you pregnant? It is because these things are not 100% effective. And I also want to preach that men should also start doing their own family vasectomy.
Yes.
Because if I have a boyfriend, he's under contraceptive, I'm under mine, and mine is not 100%. Maybe his is not also 100%. So if one fails, the other one will work.
But you know, Avas, now let's go back. You have a lot of information, but let's take a step back. When it comes to family planning, first of all, there's a lot that I need to mention when it comes to information sources. I really want the young people to get information from the right places. So when you're looking for, let's say, information related to family planning, you need to make sure that that's an approved site. So there are some sites that would say, yes, this is good, credible information. But there are other sites where we're not so sure, so we can't take them as fact. But now there's something else I want us to touch on. I want to exercise your muscle when it comes to family planning. What are the methods you know?
For family planning?
Yes.
The P2 one, emergency pill.
Okay.
That one for 3 months.
Okay.
The IUD, the copper one.
Yes.
That one for
the implant. Okay.
And with the withdrawal, of course.
Okay. You know, actually, I think you know more than I expected, which is good.
Yeah.
And I wonder, do you guys talk about family planning as the youth? Sex is another thing. Yes, you talk about sex, but do you talk about family planning?
Family planning, mostly, even if we talk about it, people are only looking at it at the negative side. Because if you see a girl, maybe akona, I saw once there was my neighbor, and she was way older. Even she was 25 and above. Alikuwa na that implant.
Way older. Where? Hey, we are fossils. Damn.
Way older than I mentioned, 25. And she had that implant, that one for 5. Yeah. And you know it is visible.
Yes.
Then there was a man saying, Sasa wewe, like they are judging her. And even I saw for Mongai Eve, people were judging her. And if, okay, we are looking for ways to protect ourselves, but the society is still judging us. So what is the other option?
Yeah.
Just to be like that. Because if I have it, you're judging me. Nikienda kununua P2, kwanza if you find these women, they look at you like, what? Sasa wewe mtoto mdogo unafanya ngono kwa nini?
At the pharmacy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And some even start to advise you. You know you can't advise someone that is horny.
Val, you can.
No. Once you've set up your mind, you're going to, whether you sell it to me, I'll go and do it, or I'll look for other places.
Ways.
Yeah. So you and the other option is to what? You just do and you leave it like that. And one thing that you've said that I find it weird, because I feel like not every time you do sex you can get pregnant.
There's a possibility every time, but not, you won't fall pregnant every time. Remember your cycle days. So during ovulation is the time where there's the highest chance of you falling pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're releasing the egg, and the egg is what will be fertilized. Yeah. But there are
Okay.
some people who have claimed, I don't want to say it's false, depending on your cycle. Like if you have a shorter cycle, let's say a 21-day cycle, remember the 14 days after ovulation are constant. They don't change. That's your luteal phase. So whether you have a 21-day cycle, 35, 28, it doesn't change. But hapo mbele, those 7, if you have a 21-day cycle, that's the 7 days in front. Everything else has to happen within that time. So you see, it's a bit hard. You can fall pregnant because when is
Yeah.
ovulation, when is this? And
Yeah.
remember, your safe days are not one day. It's like a range.
Yeah. So about the family planning, as you have said, people, mostly I know people are afraid of talking about it because of the stigma that comes when you talk about it or when you're having it, because you're older, you're looking for ways to protect yourself, and still people are blaming you. So what is the other option? You won't do it. And that is why it is leading to teenage pregnancies, single moms, because you're telling someone you're pregnant, they're not ready, you are not ready. You'll have to raise the kid on your own. You become a single mom. The society will still judge you.
It's like a never-ending loop.
Yeah.
Now, another question. You talked about, what did you talk about?
Why I talk a lot.
There's something you mentioned that I'm trying to remember. Oh, yes, yeah. So you talked about, so going to look for family planning, you're being judged, especially P2, you're being judged. So you opt not to go for it. Then when you get pregnant, is abortion something that you're seeing commonly in younger girls?
Very, 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 very. Even, and people are advocating for abortion, but I feel like there need to be education about it, especially for teenagers. People now are abusing it. It was here for helping us, but I feel like where we are going, people are abusing it. Because like, I like to deal with girls from the ghetto.
Okay.
Can I tell you that at least you can find at least 2 girls in a week have died as a result of abortion?
2 in a week?
2 in a week. There's an hospital that is performing it for free. It's an NGO hospital. So girls, you just go because you're afraid of family planning, the contraceptive ones, because they say you'll get infertile. You're afraid of going to buy P2. Maybe you don't even have the money for P2. So you'll just do sex because these people will provide abortion services for you for free. And especially for teenagers, I'm not advocating for older people. So you know what you're doing. At least you have the knowledge about it. Teenagers mostly. So you're a girl maybe in high school still. You've gone to perform abortion. Your parent at home does not know. And I know these people, they require a lot of care after that process. So you end up going home, umebleed vibaya. Wanapata wewe ulishazimia, you've lost a lot of blood. Now helping you, it becomes a problem. So I feel like abortion should be a topic that people should really talk about it. People are just saying you're not ready to have kids about it, but side effects also, the aftercare, nobody talks about. Nobody talks about. It's not just going, you have performed abortion, you wear a pad. There are some aftercare services that you need to do as a person. And for teenagers, I'd really, because teenagers are teenagers too. Me, even when I was a teenager, I was just a teenager.
What does that mean?
Teenagers, we abuse things.
Okay.
We will when you introduce a teenager to something and you've not educated them about it, they'll abuse it, and instead of helping them, it will be like a curse to them. And that is what abortion is doing to teenagers.
And now let me spin it the other way as well. When you don't educate now a teenager on something that they will do.
Exactly.
Then there's a lot of risks associated there.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I really wanted to have this discussion, just so that what are some of the things that you can see that will improve our sexual education, especially now that maybe it's not in schools yet. What are some of the ways that we can help educate the younger generation?
The younger generation, mostly we can just start. The school is first, the foundation should start with your parent. I feel like parents, no, this is your work. This is what you're supposed to do. Itabia, you're telling people don't do sex is bad. we did it out of curiosity because you told us not to do it. And that is why majority of teenagers, that is what is pushing majority of teenagers to do sex. So I think curiosity. Hii kitu nakatazwa, kwa nini nakatazwa? And you know the forbidden fruit is always sweet. So first we start by, I really want parents to talk to their kids about it. Talk to your 12-year-old, 13-year-old, because people are starting to do sex as early as 13 years.
Yeah.
And they won't tell you because you've told them it's bad. Hata akienda afanye huko, maybe ikuko intentional, because siku hizi parents are wanajaribu kukua cool parents. They are allowing you to go for parties, and in these parties you saw that video of that girl that went viral after the blowjob. These are what is happening.
I didn't see, but
yeah, these are what is happening. Yeah, what is happening in those parties. Even in school, those. Let me tell you, Hope, we used to go to music festival. What we were doing. God helped us, kweli.
Me, I was in school reading. Mulikuwa mnafanya nini?
Uko kona endanga?
I think I only went for like 1 or 2 music festivals. For 1, from 2.
That was the only time you can get to mingle with boys from different schools.
In girls' schools most of the time.
And people are even doing sex.
At music festivals?
Yeah. Okay. Unaona basi zimeshikana. So, hey, and it was like group sex because one is here, one is here, one is here. So, na kuna mtu anaangalilia the other side, mwingine anaangalia the other side. Then when someone is coming, they are telling, oh, tunakutwa. Ivo people, and it is very true. I was once in high school, and I know up to today they are doing it. And we can't control that. You're a mom, utaacha kazi yako, you go and follow up on your kid. But if you educate them about sex and the protection part, nini, at least even if they do it, they know how to protect themselves. Yeah. Number 2, schools. There's that stigma that comes when you're raising your hand. Teacher, what about this? Even the teacher is looking at you at, hey, Valerie, why are you so curious about it? When you've already started doing sex. And they even stigmatize you to a point of when there's a topic about sex, they are referring to you as an example. And how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
So I feel like the two sources, because information that is being given out online, false information, majority they are lies, things that will mislead you. But if we start from the root, the parent and the school,
that's very important. Yeah, that even in schools, like when you talk about anything related to like gendered health, like how when they are teaching you how to like wear a pad or like pads, they separate the boys from the girls.
And it is not supposed to be like that. Even the boys should learn. Me, I even did a video educating men how to, because you know menstruation cycle inakwanga na different phases, the follicular, the luteal, the ovulation part. So, and in those phases you won't be the same person. Every phases has a new hope.
It's true.
So when someone is saying today you are so happy, tomorrow you are moody, they are saying you have an attitude. No, it's not you, it's everything that is happening inside you. But I feel like if men also had the knowledge about it, it will be very easy. Now, you know, maybe Hope now is ovulating. That is why she's following me around. She's on a follicular phase. This is what is happening.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah. It's true because, you know, sometimes when you ask like a man, okay, fine, so how do you put a pad on?
Some even don't know.
Yeah, some don't know. And then, you know, you start wondering, oh my gosh, you don't know. But they were never in the room when you were being taught, so it makes sense.
But me, at least my brother has a knowledge because
you taught him?
No, I didn't teach him. I don't know where he learned it from. I will ask him. You know, the first and there's also stigma when it comes to period. My first period, I'm telling you, it was so, I hated it. Me, I just let it, niliachanga tu ikaflow yenyewe. I'm going to the bathroom, I'm washing myself, I'm coming back. I'm even afraid of telling the teacher because our class teacher was a male teacher. I'm afraid of telling him, nipatie pad, because some teachers, I feel like they don't want to be teachers. Atakuja aseme, oh, Vala ameniomba nini? And you will feel bad as a child, but now it's something normal. But it's not even that normal because up to today, when you're going to buy pads, you're still hiding it.
That's true.
So me, when I went home, I told my mom, I cried that night. My brother was here. He was telling me, lala chini na tumbo. Hiyo baridi naonanga inasaidia. And I tried and it worked.
It
So
worked.
at least I think he had a bit of knowledge about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. We need to involve men in these conversations.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, another true or false question.
Mm-hmm.
Condoms are the only form of contraception that prevent against pregnancies and STIs. True or false?
True, but 95% true.
Why
I can say
95%
because
true?
we can't rely on it 100%. It's not
Mhm.
100% effective, but when it comes to STI, unless it has not broken or imekwama ndani, because siku hizi hadi zinakwama ndani, it is effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, they're the only ones that protect
Yeah,
against both.
yeah.
So that's true. So even now, as you mentioned, where someone prefers to have it raw just
Yeah.
because they feel it's more pleasurable,
Yeah.
you yourself, as a woman, you have the opportunity or the mandate to say yes or no.
Yeah, at least you know the risks
Yes.
about, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, last question. What would you do differently for your kids in relation to sexual and reproductive health?
Yeah, I'll be vocal about it, especially to my girls. You can't control kids, and squeezy kids are older than you when it comes to experiences.
Where?
It is true, Hope.
Okay.
So I'll talk about sex. Even 12 years, I'm already telling you, mommy, this and this and this. When someone does this, some even don't know consent.
Yeah.
Kuna people that think that rape is, yani hii mambo ya consent is only when someone is grabbing you like this, amekuweka chini, ametoa nguo, but kuna kwanga na some small elements zenye zinaonyesha this one is sexually harassing, this person is sexually harassing you.
Yeah.
And how will you know about it when you are not taught? Yeah, you aren't taught about it. So I feel like as a parent, I'll be really vocal with my kids about it. Yeah. Don't do this, even for the male ones. Don't do this to a woman, yeah. Things like this.
I think for me the same. I think it's very important to have these conversations just because I don't want to find out later, and I also don't want to be in that situation where, like, let's say your daughter ends up falling pregnant and then she's scared to tell you, and then she's
abortion.
sick. Yeah. So I would definitely talk more about it as well.
I've interacted with several women and I asked them this question, and they are afraid because they think that when they introduce the topic to you, it will encourage you to go and do sex. So that is the only reason to why they don't educate their daughters or sons about. And it is not only for young girls peke yake, even for boys, because they'll also get infections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Even
many times they are carriers.
Yeah. Even rape, because even boys, why are people not talking about boys and being sexually harassed?
Assaulted.
And
That's
many
true.
are being sexually, house helps, relatives, because hizi ni vitu zenye people are only educated. We are only empowering girls. Yeah. So when a boy, your house help, maybe me, I know someone that was sexually assaulted by the house help. Amekushika, you don't know. So when you're older and unakuja kuona, kumbe mimi nilikuwa, vitu kaa hizo.
Where? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I think but we also need more men to, talk about the realities of defilement, even from a men's or like a boy's perspective, because it is happening. Yeah, it happens. Now, Val, tunafunga. And I just want to break down the family planning methods. I asked you which ones you know, so I want to break it down. So we have short term and long term.
Yeah.
So short term, we have now the barrier method. This is non-hormonal. We have the barrier methods, your condoms, you have your diaphragms, pesticides, and then the natural ones, withdrawal. Could have beads, the people who wear beads so that you can count your safe days. So it's like a chain. You can wear it as a necklace. Then it has different colors of beads. There's a part where the color is significantly different, and that is your unsafe days.
That was a lot of work.
So like you follow it. Yeah. So that's short term, non-hormonal. Then we have short term hormonal. So we have your pills, we have your patches. Have you heard of the patch?
Yeah, I saw it, but I've never heard about it.
Yeah. It's a combined oral contraceptive that is in form of a patch. So how you use the oral medications, the combined oral medications, the same way you use the patch. So you put it on week 1, week 2, week 3,
Ah,
and then week 4, you don't put it. So just like the pills. Then we also have progesterone-only pills. That's also short term. Then Depo, the injection.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's after every 12 weeks, so
12
3
weeks,
months.
3
Yeah.
months, yeah.
Then now we move to the long-term ones. So we also have hormonal, non-hormonal. So hormonal, we have your implant, we have your Mirena. Mirena is a coil. So there's also a hormonal coil. It's called Mirena. Then you also have now the permanent methods. Kina having your tubes tied, like there are women who don't, either
Yeah, I
you've
don't want to
completed your
have
family
kids.
size or you don't have kids.
Yeah.
Then also vasectomy for men. And yes, vasectomy permanent.
Permanent.
Yeah, it's permanent.
And the
So
way I was
CRT, you can
advocating
turn
for
it on
it,
and off.
Aki information is really
You
nice. I was
see,
really advocating for it.
yeah.
Oh, men should do vasectomy, and I didn't know
Yeah,
it was
information is
permanent.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now in the non-hormonal side, we have now the copper coil.
Copper iodine.
Yeah. And then also the permanent methods as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, those are just some forms of family planning. And then I forgot HPV. It's also an STI, human papilloma virus. So it's one of the viruses that's attributed to causing cervical cancer. Yeah, and that's why we encourage young girls to have the vaccine, just because you're reducing your risk of getting HPV and in the long term, cervical cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, and many times men are carriers of HPV and they spread it to women.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was just a brief conversation
Yeah.
around sexual health. It was nice. Hopefully we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Because these are really nice stories. And I think in the future I'd like to have a conversation with, like, now you are a young lady and maybe like a gynecologist, so that we can just
Yeah.
the synergies, so you can get to learn a bit more, because I know there's much that maybe I would not be able to talk about that a gynecologist can talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah. So what is your parting shot for the day? Or your dose of health for the day? Your camera is there.
What will I say? What? Start with yours.
I start with mine. Okay, so my dose of health for the day is information is power, and it's very important for you to know where you're getting your information, especially health information from. It should always be from credible sources. I'll attach some links to some credible sites that you can get information, especially in relation to sexual and reproductive health, just so that you're getting the right information so you can make the right decision. Yeah.
So mine is people should learn to talk. People should be vocal about sex. Everything sex. When you're doing it, you're talking about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Your story will help another person. Yeah, we should talk about it as much as we are doing it.
Some will be more than others, and that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
but we
fine.
should talk about it
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Because and as Hope has said, look for better source of where you're getting your information from, because that is some information are really misleading people outside here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for the day, Karibu, and we'll call it a wrap. Oh no, before I forget, where do you want to be found? Plug yourself.
Valerie the Storyteller, TikTok. Valerie, but that Valerie the Storyteller, oi, that one I say everything. You won't learn anything from there, but Valerie the Storyteller from Instagram, you can learn a few things. I also have my YouTube channel. By there, I'm starting.
Okay.
It's called Rising Together.
Okay.
As a storyteller, I believe a story half told is not the whole story. So I'll be bringing people to share with the society in general their stories.
Okay.
And I also have a TikTok account for that one. It's called Rising Together. So you can follow me on all those. Yeah.
Wow. And if you want to laugh, she's a very good storyteller. Yeah. As for myself, my name is Dr. Hope Simiu. Please be sure to like, to comment, to share, to subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And also follow us at A Dose of Health on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, all of them. And yeah, that's a wrap.